Hello YouTube, staffehn here again in this map, The Nightmare on Christmas, which was originally designed by Sancarn and JL, and well, in the end, to fix final bugs, other people helped, like for example, a lot of people who solved the map and kind of um, were participating in the contest of solving the map as quick as possible, and I was one of those people as well. But I had the idea that I could make this map completely multiplayer compatible. And today I'm recording this video to show you how those mechanisms work that I built here. So first of all, I need cheats. Then I can go to another game mode and show you around the mechanisms. So what mechanisms do we have here? We have in the map, in case you don't know the map, just look in the description. There's a few links to where you can get like introduced to the map. But assuming you know how it works, kind of like how it's played, at least in single player, there are those diamond areas where you get like your inventory cleared and all the items that you want to get to the next level get deleted, and so you can't do that. And they have these kind of or blocks beneath and these command blocks underneath all. Every of these diamond areas is doing some of the mechanism that was necessary for making the map multiplayer compatible. And then there's also this area that's pretty much most of these command blocks were made by me, and most of them are also just for multiplayer compatibility. And so what they basically do altogether, let me get back to a level. I will show at, for example, the level 7. So there is, I'm going to quickly enter the level first. As you saw, yeah, whatever. No, yeah, this is what I was gonna say. This is the piston parkour level, and there's the scoreboard. Here you can see a few of the scores that are used by the mechanism. You can see I'm actually at the moment at the level number 8, which is counted from 1 for the tutorial, then 2 for level 1 and so on, exactly the level 7. And I also get this displayed here. I also have the information that this level was played or is played by 2 players at the moment, by 1 player at the moment, I wanted to say. And if a second player would join me, then this level player count would go to 2. And what that is for is that in multiplayer you can get players to the exit of the level without solving it. So if I place a block of redstone here, the door quickly opens, and the challenge is to get through this door while it's open. And so it could be that we are 2 players and 1 player already got here while the other one is still stuck in the level. So I will simulate that by doing scoreboard players set level player count 2 fake 2, and what you see then is I don't win because the system knows there's a second player, or actually it actually realizes that I am the only player in the world, but there should be 2 players. That's the thing. If I get here and the second player then leaves the game, which is also something players can do on servers, then I get this message every so often about some players have left the game during the current level, and then I need to wait for them. Or, and this is another really sophisticated feature, I can restart the level, which will trigger some reset mechanism, which will basically just reset the whole level. So you can see that redstone block there is gone, the chest is filled back up, and if I now were to get through this door somehow, I would I would win, as you can see. So and then the way I didn't get further here was barrier blocks, by the way, just in case you're wondering. And then in the next level, well, this is a bad example, I guess, but I will wait. That isn't even necessarily. Yeah, if I, in case I, well, let's just cheat through this level here quickly. The next level here, you see it sometimes takes a little, whatever. On multiplayer, another thing you can do is hold the door open, and the other player can walk in, get items, and get them back out. And for not making it too easy to get for players to get stuck, when a player would get back here with items, they can't destroy the items in the diamond. While usually when they would, wait a second, when they would game mode 3 come here from the other side, even after like they triggered the level thing once, they still get their inventory cleared over and over again, and every item here will get killed. But if I try to get back with something in my inventory, there's a mechanism that stops me, and also the mechanism stops items thrown there by teleporting them back before they get destroyed. So this is pretty much what's happening for player joining, players leaving, players succeeding a level. Then there's also the whole map reset, and for that reason I will just go to the last level and show you what's happening when we, or I rather, win the whole map. First of all, in this last level, when I fall down here, because in this level I can actually fall down and die, I will respawn here and get my levels back and stuff. If I die, which is practically, it should be impossible, but if I die in any other level, it will just reset the level. But in this level, it gets me back there, and that's actually necessary because you will usually die sometimes here. Down here is this area, the actual level 24, and if you enter it, you get blasted in here. But if you like mess up here and or play something and I don't know, break everything and stuff, you usually die, or if you don't, you can just fall down and die. And what that does is, well, it's still broken, but as soon as I go there, while there's no player down there, it will reset the thing. So if there would be a player, it could just be a player who is already building something to solve the map, and then you don't want to reset everything. But pretty strong hint at that something is wrong is that all the players left there, and also it doesn't hurt to reset then. Okay, if I now win the game, I will get teleported to this winning area, and time will be night, I'll be invisible and stuff. And also the level will get set back to 1. And also I would kind of get kicked out of the game in a way that is pretty much the same way as if I would leave the game and then someone else would reset the level. So practically, if there's no one in the current level, which is the tutorial at the moment, and someone joins that wasn't in there like before, like me at the moment, this restart map button will just set me to adventure mode, and thus the system will reset the tutorial and get me here. If I instead just press the other option, review levels, it will just teleport me to this place. But that will also only work in adventure mode. Also, there's the option to look up for 2 seconds to get that message again, and in game you can always look up for 2 seconds to get a level restart message again. And of course it also makes sense that you can't teleport yourself around while in adventure mode, so this button only works in spectator mode. I guess that's everything for as much as I wanted to describe the system at the moment. One thing I would like to mention is that, of course, if you need to get all players to the exit door for finishing the level, this is pretty much a little bit different task, of course, than just having one single player on his own solve a level and then get to the end. So we had to make sure that every level was still solvable, but it turned out it actually is. It didn't even need any changes, really. And another thing is that that mechanism should make sure that you also in multiplayer always have to follow the intended solution, and that was actually not the case. In one level we had to change the level slightly to make that sure, and that was the WTF level. There we kind of introduced a little, in case you know that level, we introduced a little monostable circuit for the door, because before it was cheatable in multiplayer. Let's go to the redstone quickly. Oh, wrong coordinates, like this. And I would try to show you where everything is and what it does. So this is the detection, basically about detecting players who newly joined, and if they are like, if they were like just if they just disconnected and then reconnect, they would just stay where they were. If they weren't in the level before, so something reset before or anything else, then they will be cleared their inventory and teleported to one of the players in game. That's somewhere here. Clear the inventory, and this teleports them to a current player, and if they are new and there is no current player where they could teleport it, instead the level reset will be triggered, which is laid out back here and has been reworked multiple times by me. It's a little bit messy, the command block area. And also I didn't put signs everywhere, so it's a little confusing if you want to understand it. This in the middle here is the winning detection, so winning a level, that is. So here I test for players on diamond, on the diamond ores that I believe the diamond blocks in those areas, and I do that with like an execute on those kind of players with detecting diamond ores, setting themselves a score, and then summing the number of all the players with such a score together using a stats command. And then I like pretty much the mechanism at work here is I give a score to this armor stand and then target that armor stand, which has a name, and I target it, and when it has a specific score I do stuff like giving people XP and setting then some stuff there, which is actually what it does is it replaces those diamonds with gold ore, and those coal blocks with coal ore blocks with redstone blocks. And those redstone blocks will activate the command blocks, which are actually just some clone command that resets the level, and some fill command that fills these diamond and coal or things for the next level, and also the barriers that stop you from getting further, so the whole level will get reset. That's actually the way it works. Every time you enter a level, that level will be reset, so in the end of the game you can review all the levels because they have not been reset. They still contain your solutions, but if you then play again through the whole map, everything will be reset as soon as you reach it. And also that this way we can do a level a full map reset without having to reset the full map, because the problem would be that some of the areas are in not loaded chunks. So yeah, when you want to reset them, or I want to reset them, whatever. This also sets some command block, which is what you might have noticed. If I reset the current level, I always get teleported to the beginning, and where that beginning is always lying in this command block over there, and here this one, TP to some specific coordinates, and in the reset mechanism that command block will be cloned into here and then afterwards immediately executed. So yeah, exactly, this is the level up thing, which like I said, it's one level, also increases the global level counter and replaces the diamond with gold and the coal with redstone somewhere, and plays a level up score and whatnot. Delayed tile. Yeah, I don't actually understand exactly what everything is doing anymore myself, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's confusing for me as well to look at these command blocks because I don't have all of them at the same time in my head. Yeah, next row. Let's look at this. This is checking for an empty inventory, so that this mechanism that prevents you from getting your stuff back into the diamond area to destroy it can work. For that mechanism, of course, we need to know which player has an not empty inventory, and that is the player with an empty inventory score of 0. After this mechanism assign those scores in some tricky way I don't want to explain here. And then depending on whether there's an iron ore, redstone ore, emerald ore, or lapis ore underneath there, like where you came out of the diamond areas, this is just like a model diamond area. You will be teleported in a specific direction. For example, lapis ore is positive Z direction, and it will in those four cases teleport the player with an unempty inventory in that direction, and these four are for items or any non-player entities that are like basically on that spot or that spot, so 2 possible spots over the lapis or whatever. So those 8 command blocks of that, then we have those are not used anymore. This is basically the thing when you look up in spectator mode or in in adventure mode. The same system triggers and gives you a score that just increases. I don't want to show it here now, but it just counts up as long as you look up and gets set to 0 when you look down again. So when you look up, it goes higher and higher, and sometime it passes the value 40, which is 2 seconds. And exactly at the time when it is 40, here, message count equals minimum of 40 and a maximum of 40, so exactly 40 when you're in game mode 2. So adventure mode, you get this message which says restart level by clicking there, whatever. Get this message again by looking straight up for 2 seconds, and the other one is get this message again by looking straight up for 2 seconds, but for spectator mode players, and that says something like click review levels to do this and that, and click restart map to restart the map and whatever. And those are just always trigger commands like this one, so non-up players can click them. That's the principle. The map should be cheat-proof for non-up players, so you can put it in a server and it's completely cheat-proof, or you host it on your local client and deactivate cheats, and it's proof of cheating yourself through the levels or glitching or whatever you want to call it. So you need those trigger things that just use as the normal button trigger methods, whatever, how that even works. Just the way that works, whatever. This restart and the other one was called 2 levels, and they are here. So restart will just game mode 2 the person who did that, as I said before, and the 2 levels thing, review levels button, will just teleport to that specific location. Here we have spawn points. So another thing, spawn points. Every player has a spawn point that is exactly like here, and then, but in the same tickle, like immediately afterwards, all adventure mode players get this spawn point, which is a bedrock box, which looks like this. And if you are here in adventure mode, you will trigger a level reset and get into the current level. And if you're in level 24, so in level 24 it would it would teleport you. It's the last thing. Then for every player, game mode 2, score level 25, so it's level 24. It's this different bedrock box, which is actually in here near the place you want to go. And if you are in this bedrock box, you will get here and get like 24 levels in here. So now on to the rest of that row. This gives players resistance, weakness, saturation, and haste when they are in game mode 2, so they cannot die, they cannot starve, they can mine quicker, and they cannot destroy any minecarts or damage other players. And this other thing is night vision for people in game mode 1 or 3, so creative mode or spectator mode players get night vision. And this kills XP orbs. Well, it's a pretty late edition, not really necessary though. This is the thing that gives items that are laying on the ground that NBT tag that adventure mode players can place them. This is used for players being able, for enabling players to like place blocks they crafted, because everything is working in adventure mode. Otherwise that wouldn't be possible. This is the one bedrock box that triggers the reset when a player is in there, and this is when the player is above the TNT cannon level thing high enough, he will trigger the map reset, and that will first of all like set the time to 9 and also teleport all the adventure mode players to the winning area, set them invisible, and yeah, reset some stuff, like for example reset that respawning point command block there, and reset that thing which is totally unnecessary, like a minor feature I won't mention. This scoreboard players set global, yeah, this is like resetting the level number, and after some time it also sets you in spectator mode, displays the winning message and resets your level scores, so that you are kind of out of the game for the system. Nearly done. Last row. The last row contains, first of all, this thing is not on a clock. This is triggered when you step in the level 24. You step on that launcher that launches you to the TNT cannon building area. This will, first of all, summon that TNT, and then check for like players, test for players that are still in that area, and assign the number of those players, the success count of that command to that armor stand up there, and then like when it's at least, no, when it's at most 0, so when there are no players, then it will like deactivate tile drops, fill the whole area, which is a pretty big area. I didn't even show you. Basically, the way that area is saved is by a lot of barriers. I wanted to show that quickly. So here are barriers around all the thing. They go down until like y equals 0, but above they are open. And there's also some safeguard mechanism that like makes this thing here like a diamond block thing. Every entity up here will be killed, and every player's inventory will be cleared in adventure mode, so that you can't TNT cannon yourself diagonally to there with some items, or throw the items out, or even TNT cannon some TNT up here to destroy this, because this actually does not have any reset. So it would be like permanently destroyed, which is a bad thing, supposedly. The mechanism that actually does that is somewhere. I don't actually quite remember. Somewhere also was the mechanism that kills all that kind of stuff. But this is just the level reset that fills that huge area with air with multiple command blocks, clones over actually this thing to reset it, and yeah, clears players, whatever, fills this back with wool. And back here is the last feature, and that doesn't even have anything to do with multiplayer, but it's the last thing in this video I want to show you, because it's the first thing on this map that I built, and it's an improved version of the way you can interact with comparators. So I will demonstrate this quickly in case you didn't know this. I need a villager egg for that, villager spawn egg, and I need to drop it here on the ground so it gets those NBT tags, C2 tags, that I can use it, so that I can use it in adventure mode. And in adventure mode you can't interact with comparators, and for that reason there's this system where you can just spawn a villager and activate and deactivate the subtraction mode of the comparator by spawning a villager. Like, they don't do anything here, but here you get the spawn egg back and toggle the thing. For comparators that are turned off and for ones that are turned off, previously you could duplicate comparators in old versions of this map, because the system was not fast. It was done with some repeaters and stuff. And now it's done with execute. So I execute on all the villagers, because there are only those kind of villagers for that purpose in this map. I execute that they detect the unpowered comparator, for example, of data value 11 and replace it with data value of 15. And to do it the other way as well, I needed some third block. I first replaced like all the 15ers with endstone, then all the 11ers with 15, and then all the endstone with the 11, and I've swapped them so I can go back and forth. Back and forth. And then there's just the same thing for all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kinds of comparators, which are 4 rotations and powered off and on. And what is this? This is interesting. Give at P spawner. Oh, this gives the player the spawn egg back and kills the villager. Great. I think I nailed it. I actually did this recording in one take, which is pretty nice because I can now quickly upload it. So, thank you really much for watching this. I hope it didn't get too long. I tried this before once, and it went over an hour because I tried to explain everything with even more detail, but I'm pretty happy with what I like the way I went through this here now, and I hope you understood it, maybe learned something about how complicated, at least how complicated it can be to make stuff multiplayer compatible and cheat proof and whatnot. I mean, if you find any bugs when you play this map, in case you play it, please tell me, because I want to fix all bugs in case there are any left. But we tested this a lot, so I hope there are no bugs, which would be nice. Anyways, you see, like, if in case you're wondering what this is all the time, this is a warning cooldown. This is the thing that was like, if I go to game mode 2, in case you didn't notice, and I set scoreboard player set level play account 2. This was just the cooldown for this warning message, and it was constantly doing this probably throughout most of my video because I was not in the game, but the game was missing people, whatever. It doesn't, no, you don't even notice it if you deactivate the scoreboard again. So last thing to do, scoreboard objectives, set display sidebar. Now I go back into the whole thing by just looking up and resetting my level, and I'm in the wrong level, of course, so I can go back to the tutorial with those kind of quick access buttons, and now we're back. The whole thing is working again. I could now play a round of Nightmare on Christmas, which I will definitely not do. So goodbye. Thanks for watching again. In case you are new to my channel, please check out what I've done before. There are some pretty nifty little things I did. Whatever. I'm out. Goodbye.